If you're looking for a screen recorder and a video editor that's easy to use with a lot of features, the features that you would want, whether you are a beginner or you are an advanced video editor, this session is for you. Hi, I'm Anil from marketingautomationfocus.com. Let's dive into it. So today I'm talking about an app called Camtasia, and it's Camtasia 2024 version. I'm going to review it at a very high level. Otherwise, the video will be way too long. I'm going to start with giving you a high level view of Camtasia 2024 with certain features as provided by a company called TechSmith. TechSmith is the company behind Camtasia 2024. And I'm going to show you their website focusing on Camtasia 2024 features as given on their website. And then I'm going to take you behind the scenes and showing you Camtasia 2024 app and show you a few things that what I like and what I use it for and why I like certain features that are useful to me. And I'm not exactly a beginner, but I'm also not an expert either in video editing. So my goal is to quickly screen record as efficiently as possible. And then when it comes to video editing, for my use case, I actually don't want to do too much of video editing. So I'm going to show you a few things in Camtasia 2024 that really are useful that makes my workflow of screen recording and also a little bit of video editing is really a piece of cake in a way. And then if you're a type of person who needs and wants to do more advanced type of video editing, then Camtasia also provides a bunch of features, and those features themselves have lots of customization options and capabilities. So let's dive into it now. On the screen, as you see, uh, I'm actually on techsmith.com website and for the Camtasia product. And it says for Camtasia 2024, it says effortless video creation without boundaries. It's pretty much true. I think I'm experiencing that it is very easy to use and all the features that I need at least, and then some. So it's that's really, and I'm going to talk about it has compare plans. So I'm going to go there really quick. Let's just see. It's a simple screen recorder, as I was telling you before. So that's that. So it's going beyond basics as well, and your complete video editing solution. So it has a really neat feature that's called Camtasia Rev. And I'll show you that how that looks and a little bit of how it works. And then Camtasia Audiate, and it's AI video and editing. Okay, so I'm not going to go into all the features, and any features that I touch on is basically be touching on that to give you an overview, a quick overview, so to speak. So, and then it has a bunch of assets that you can use. And then, of course, it's a screencast that you can do screen recording. There's some testimonials. They're trusted by teams at different companies. And then there are some awards and stuff, and then there are facts. And so let me quickly show you now pricing. So let's compare plans here. Now pay attention to the top here. So there are different categories here for individuals, teams and business, education, and government. So they have different kind of pricing and plans for different categories of customers. or potential customers. So for individuals, it's Camtasia Essentials, Camtasia Create, which adds in a bundle Audiate, and then Camtasia Pro is the one that gives you a lot more features: video reviews, collaboration, AI translated scripts and captions, AI generated video titles, description and chapters, and 100 million plus premium assets. There's tons of stuff there. So let's just look at really quick. So Camtasia Essentials is $179.88 per year, billed yearly, and then Camtasia Create bundle is $249 per year, billed yearly, and Camtasia Pro is $499 per year, billed yearly. Okay, so pretty simple, and then it gives you all the features. So I'm just going to scroll really quick here to kind of give you that picture. You can always take a screenshot of this if you're watching this video, and if you're listening to audio, then you can go to my YouTube channel and watch the video. So let's look at the AI powered tools. You can see, compare between Essentials, Create, and Pro. And there you go, a lot of sharing and collaboration. I typically don't use sharing and collaboration. Support and training, they're heavy on support and training. There are quite a few archived webinars. They do regular webinars and training and stuff that are really, really nice. So if you need something that the topic that they're discussing, you can sign up for that. So it's pretty good. And full transparency, I am an affiliate for actually long time, and long time, like almost several years ago, I was using Camtasia for whatever reason. Then I stopped, and I wasn't doing much video recording. There was a time frame so I was using different tools. I was just trying things, and then when I saw this, especially the Rev feature, I was just like, okay, I gotta try this. I gotta get back on it. So but you get my honest and genuine review of the of Camtasia right here. Okay, so that's that. Let's go. Let me show you how the Camtasia app looks like. So here's on my screen now. You see TechSmith Camtasia. So Camtasia by TechSmith, and I really like this big and bold startup window, basically, or startup window for the app, which is Camtasia. So there's, and on this left sidebar, there are different menu items. It's clearly laid out, not overwhelming at all, and it's really clear to and obvious, intuitive and obvious. And so when you start Camtasia, you see this window, this screen, and you have very high level new project. If you want to start, you can open file in Camtasia Rev. And again, I'm going to talk about Rev because that's one big thing I'm really excited about. Open project, obvious things that you can open any existing projects that you have in Camtasia, and then new recording using Camtasia Rev. Okay, so basically that's the recording tool, and I'm going to show you this. As you can see, then it shows recent projects and their templates here. So, and notice that there is a scroll bar. So if you move your mouse, then it shows up, and there are tons of templates, really cool stuff here. Okay, I'm just so excited, and so but it can be overwhelming, like, so I like lots of stuff, but then I just want to focus on one or two things, get going, get my recording and editing bare minimum with the features and the type of editing or the type of video output I want, and then I'm done. Okay, so that's what that is. So and that's what Camtasia Rev allows me to do. So we're going to talk about that. And so I got a couple of recordings here just playing around. I'm still learning tons of features, but I'm just focusing on a couple of things using Camtasia Rev, and I'm all set. I'm all good. Now then, within this screen, this view of under home menu of this window from Camtasia is featured assets, free assets, premium assets. Okay, so now again, you can scroll sideways and it gives you free starter collection. And so featured asset could have starter, free starter collection and premium collection as well. Okay, so it can have, but they're just featured. And then free assets. Okay, then free assets, you can have icons, project templates, themes, this, you name it. This got lots of stuff, and I barely touched the tip of the iceberg here. And then if you want to go for premium stuff, spice it up, then all this stuff is project templates that are premium, and they're all customizable. You can see powered by Shutterstock, video footage, audio tracks, stock photos, icons, premium content on that stuff. So all of that stuff is there. Okay, so that's your home screen. And then look at this. Then I check this out, and for learn, so for anything that you want to learn, then there are this quick start guide, and as by default, I believe it's all tutorials. So maybe that was where I was at the last time. I don't know what the default view is, but doesn't matter. So quick start guide tells you, make your first Camtasia video in 5 easy steps, literally. So record and Rev. So Rev, I think, to me, I don't know what from TechSmith side, what they meant or they're implying, but I think revving it up, right? It's like spice it up, I think, to me. So anyway, and then you look at the step 2, step 3. Let me read that list. So let's go back here. So this is exciting. So quick start guide, really easy, and you can learn more for each step. So step 1, record and rep. Okay, then step 2 is add and customize pre-made assets if you need to, right? You don't have to. And step 3, you use transitions between clips. If that's my case, is actually very simple, but I know that these things are there if I need it because I really like them. It's cool. But of course, you got to work to some level, some degree. It's not going to be just, maybe AI could do it once, but I'll show you a few things that how they have made certain sort of templates in different categories in the editor that I was like, wow, because some of the animations, you have an arrow or something, some graphic, and if you want to animate that, you don't have to play around or mess around with the editor. I mean, there are ways you can do it manually, but they have pre-made kind of widget. I don't know what it's called officially, but it's kind of widget that I click, drag, and drop on top of that graphic, for example, an arrow, and you get that kind of animation, like they call it behavior, I think. Okay, so you transition stuff, enhance your cursor one. I like it. I want it because the tiny cursor that you get on your computer and your monitor. I'm on a Mac. Camtasia works for, I believe, Windows as well, but this one is on Mac. And then step 5, export and share your video, or your download and publish wherever you want. That's part of the export. Okay, so if you don't want to share as a link or whatever, or at some sharing websites and stuff, if that's what your use case. So they have quick start guide and then these tutorials, right? It's webinars, Audiate, Academy. I checked out the webinars. There's tons of stuff, and then you can find anything and everything, I think. So, and then support, so clear. A lot of times you're like, how do I get to support? Online help, tech support, keyboard shortcuts, poster. I mean, what else? I mean, it's so easy to find, like, if you're looking for something like that. And then what's new? So this is also pretty cool. I mean, this is like, it does help coming up to speed and then feeling comfortable that it's there if I needed it, right? Cursor glow, cursor click scaling. That's the one I wanted, like, for longest time. I don't want to mess with editors. even if I may not like it, perfect what I want, but it's there to get me going, and then I modify it as needed. I can create my own cursor animations or widgets or whatever, right? As and when I have time. So cursor effects is a really good one. Rev workflow enhancements, they have asset integration, speech to text closed captions there, then text stroke, tiling, okay, and then progress bars and timers, new recording engine, new behaviors, new audio visualizers, new dynamic backgrounds. I don't use much backgrounds, but if you want to use it, it's there. It's dynamic backgrounds, new transitions, toolbar reordering, editor shortcuts, JKL editing enhancement. There's tons of stuff, the new stuff or enhanced stuff. So now let me take you, so go back to home where my previous projects are. So now what I can do is I can open a file, any file existing in Rev, or I can start a recording using the new recording Camtasia Rev, which is a great one. So if I'm going to show you first the video editor, and then I'm going to take you and show you the new recording feature Rev. So let me, if you double click this, maybe, so this one, right clicking just gives you the Mac type of thing, remove from list or reveal in Finder. So I'm just going to double click, and it's opening the Camtasia project, and here we go. So I'm going to now maximize this, okay? And first, you notice that on the top 2/3 or even more, as you can see, and yeah, I believe you can actually change this to kind of resize the area, but I like the default one, but I don't want to touch too much because I want to focus on the features, and when I do recording, I just focus on my recording done. And so now first, you see that it's very simple. And one of the features that I really like is that if I use, for most of my videos recordings, let's say I use visual effects of some sort, then animation or some behaviors and cursor effects, then I can actually, so if I go, so you can see that I have cursor highlight and cursor ring. I was playing around with this, and I was playing around with smart focus. All right. And then there is this caption. I believe this is part of the font for the captions. So this is really cool because then I don't have to mess around with these menus here on the left sidebar every time I need the same type of effect. And maybe there is a way to create a template, then I don't even have to worry about anything else, which I have not tried. So one of the neat things is that if you use some of these menus, you can click and drag and relocate them on the top or bottom or wherever. And it's so easy, right? So media gives you whatever media you have. You can also select the media type or the sorting of the media by media type, name, date added, created, dimensions, duration. So pretty nice. It's right there. It's big enough that you can see it, and it's small enough that everything fits. And let me move this over here. Well, let me just move it myself over there. And there's some cursor options, and then selections here that allows you to crop and a bunch of other features that I have not used it, but it's there and it's pretty obvious, and you don't have to go dig this stuff, right? And so for media is that, and then even within the media tab, now you have media bin, and then you have Camtasia assets, okay, and then library, huge stuff. It's there. It's organized in such a nice way and intuitive way, okay, kind of obvious. So now for annotations, like I was saying, that you could have different graphics, arrows and lines. Well, I first was call outs. A lot of times I like call outs. I have not used it yet because of the type of video that I make. But maybe now, if it's easy enough, obviously you're going to start using it, using a bunch of more features. So shapes, blur and highlight. I want blur, easy stuff. I don't have to mess with, on the video editor manually and try to blur and find. I can just find the area that I want blur, and I can just click and drag them. Let's just see if I go like this area, right? Okay. So what is this? This is going to, well, this one is highlight actually. Hang on a second. Where's the blur? Oh, hang on. So here it was. I don't know what I was doing. I think I was grabbing it, but for some reason, maybe I didn't catch it. But these bottom ones, they're different types of blurring. And as soon as, let me show you. So if I go so I'll just put this down here. So see how automatically, and I can just simply click and drag, and I can just blur, as you can see here. And I can just grab the corners, and I can change the size to just cover whatever I need to cover, right? And on the right side, on the right sidebar, there's a properties, which if I click on here, properties, you can hide or show the properties of the element that you're working with, the feature that you're working with, and then you can create the scale, or this is a pixelate, and then there is a blur option. If I go here, okay, you can see the blur option came up. Okay, so pixelate was the previous one. So anyways, I don't want to take too much time on this. I just wanted to kind of, I'm excited about certain features that I would struggle in other apps just to get simple blur. And also, the cursor, highlight, spotlight. Those are the things that I would always. So for visual effects, you can do background removal. That's one thing I like. Then I have tried a bunch of. You can have visual effects like clip speed. Not too much on visual effects that I have tried, and I don't need to. Uh, Animations are good ones, but even for animation, I kind of like the behaviors, where these are like ready-made elements or behaviors or widgets, I call them, that you can use. Just simply put an element, and then put drag and drop any of these widgets. I call them widgets, or behaviors, which are basically effects. Then you can have like a wiggle type of animation, like kind of looks cool. And then cursor effect is one major one, like I was showing before, that I have cursor highlight, and I don't use cursor magnify. Sometimes they use cursor shadow, cursor spotlight. Okay, and then there's some audio effect if you want to use. You can do a voice narration, gesture effects. I have not used gesture effects, but this was kind of like cool. But the main things that I'm really excited about, other than what I'll show you as part of the Rev feature in a moment, that these are basically the cursor highlight, cursor scaling, cursor ring, and then you can have dynamic either background, or you can have captions that you can select the fonts as well. So there's some built-in, and then you can customize them as well. So down at the bottom, if you're not aware, if you're total beginner, down at the bottom is the timeline, is called, because the x-axis is time, and then on the y-axis, you just sort of think of this as a separate tracks or elements, or you can just stack different types of, you can call it elements or items, just very simplistic. But technically these are called tracks. And so your screen recording is a separate track. Your audio is separate track, as you can see here. This one is, and then it is labeled. Okay, so I did that on August 30th. Okay, and then this track 2 is my own video that I recorded using this. So your basically your camera. So the camera, screen, and audio, these are separate tracks. And then as you drop different elements and you do editing, those start to show up on the timeline as separate tracks in time as you are using those elements, depending on when in time of your recording. Now, let me take you really quick how the Rev feature looks like. So I'm back on the main Camtasia window, which is a startup window, you can call it. And in the home menu, as we've seen before, if you want to do a new recording, then you click on this, and it noticed that on my screen, all around the boundary, that there's this little line all across around the screen on left, bottom, and right. Okay, so it's covering the entire monitor or window or screen. And it's so easy. TechSmith Camtasia Recorder. Okay, so when I clicked on Camtasia Rev recording button on the home or startup screen, I see this. As you can see, the selected screen or monitor is what's showing here. Okay, so built-in Retina display. So that's the display that I have. Okay, then if I want the camera, then I can turn on the camera, right? And so and then the microphone that I'm using, and kind of nice, it kind of gives you a feel for in a number, even if you don't know and don't care about decibels and dBs or whatever, but it kind of gives you the noise or the audio level or sound level of your microphone. So I'm using Yeti stereo microphone. And if you want to have your system audio, if you're recording something that you're playing, a video or audio, and you want to record that as part of your recording, then you can turn on the system audio. And then when you click on record, then the recording starts. Okay, so I'm not going to do the recording here. And now I'm going to show you. So this is so simple. Now I'm going to actually take you back to the editor and then show you how a recording, after you're done recording with Camtasia Rev, how it looks and what those features are and why am I so excited about those. So I'm back in Camtasia Editor, and because I had actually recorded this video recording that you see on the screen in the editor using Camtasia Rev, and I actually clicked on a button which says edit in Camtasia or editor or something like that. And so now, so it's in Camtasia editor, but I can export it or import into Camtasia Rev. So whether you call it open or import to Camtasia Rev, because you could have made a bunch of changes, then you want to bring it back into Camtasia Rev. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Or I could have started with from the home screen to open in Camtasia Rev. Okay, so there are two ways of doing that. But since I'm here, I'm going to just open this. Okay, so let me actually just make it minimize here, and so we can see this. So now I've been playing with this stuff. So as you can see, it says Camtasia Rev. Okay, so the reason I'm excited about this is that you have now tons of options. They're templates, right? So for each category, so in terms of size, it's grayed out because I think I don't know why, but I guess it has to do with because once I recorded and I selected that size, and that size now I went into the editor, so now the size is fixed. Okay, I don't know if there is a way to change the size, but for the layout, I actually selected, this is highlighted, as you can see, I'm pointing here, and there are a whole bunch of options here. One thing that I really like is having, if there was a template, and I don't know, maybe there is a way to save one that gives me the camera in a circle, uh, in that talking head type bubble, is having an option to just be on the top right. Okay, so actually I typically don't use the background. So if I wanted my video to show as circle, I don't know how to change this here. I don't think I can change that as best as I know, as far as I know. So, but this one I didn't do because I didn't want the background, this type of background, right? But I want the circular uh, video, okay, for my talking head. And so now, so you have tons of options of layout, then background, right? So background, I could do this, right? Um, but typically I'm doing this, let's say this kind of review, so I just want everything, like maximize the window that I'm showing, the screen or monitor I'm showing. So that's why maybe there's some kind of cool trend maybe, so I'm not there yet. So that's it, gives you a whole bunch of types of background, like really cool stuff. And then effects, like if you wanted to just right here, right after you record using Camtasia Rev, it gives you a whole bunch of options. You don't have to mess around with going into editor if these are the basic things that you want to have. And just, I wish there was like a combo of cursor, cursor light, as you can see that it shows up right on the top. So and then cursor scale. Oh, it's actually, if I can select actually too. Oh, I discovered something. I was playing around the other day, maybe I didn't pay attention. And then if I want cursor shadow, oh nice, this is so cool. So now you have a whole bunch of options here. This is really cool. So now I could go back, let's say, into layout, right? And I don't want, well, I already talked about that if I could make a template here which has all of my elements the way I want, I'm done. As soon as I record, I click just one template and then go just check the background and effects. And those are by default, those are, I believe they stick, meaning when I come back for another recording, it's going to be pre-selected. So that would be really neat. So all my cursor effects, corner rounding, whatever, if I don't want to, so background removal too. Look at that. This is so good. And then once, so you record using Camtasia Rev, you select your uh, different types of categories for layout, background effects, filters, whatever, including size, and then you straight away you export, or you can bring it to the editor. Then you say edit in Camtasia. Couldn't be any easier and faster. That's all for now. Talk to you later.